chat. Let's see if we can't fix that camera a little bit here. That's a little better. How we doing tonight, everyone? Welcome in. So, couscous. Ingredient challenge tonight. Golden couscous. Excuse my reach. There we go. Golden couscous. In couscous, which I'm using the light fluffy kind versus the pearl Israeli type, which they're both essentially pastas. They're not, so they're essentially, we're working with wheat and maybe a little bit of egg in there and liquid formed into very small shapes. Why am I at this point? Wow. We need a filter. I also changed things here in the camera, so hopefully it's a little less flickery. Yeah, those lights are a little too flickery still. I think I'm gonna get rid of these. Yeah. Hi, Cosmic. Let's do, yeah. And again, the border didn't show up right with the overlay. Says the frame is there. And refresh the visibility and it comes back. Silly program. Silly OBS. Hi, Cosmic. Did I say hello already? I'm a bit scatterbrained to start the stream tonight. Please tell me a ground coffee. Yes. I had a lot I had to do today. Other than that, I had to wake up this morning. Like, I didn't have to really wake up any more earlier than I normally do, but I had to move and do things. Which, no. I went out shopping today and got some great semi-local next county over beef and going to make up a nice beef stew tonight to go along with our couscous, because that's one of the most traditional servings of this, is some sort of stew along with couscous as your side dish to it, as a starch instead of potato. What else do you have? New employee today, had a lot of driving. Did you tuck him into bed when you're done? That just, like, it sort of shocked me in the idea that you were training a new employee and that involved you going to their house. And we're in a new world. And, oh yeah, I went shopping earlier today, and guess what was the one thing that I forgot to buy when I went out shopping today? It just sort of disappeared down in there tonight. It was quite pretty yesterday, or the day before, yesterday. No, I understand that from, like, taking a more corporate mentality towards it, of having to do that. Cheers, everyone. Welcome for coming in. Welcome in. Happy to have you. Was it an awkward laugh, or was it like a not concerned laugh? So as usual here, starting with the dessert first. So I got some jazz apples here. We're going to do a crumble. Which, they sort of remind me of Gravensteins, but don't at the same time. Gravensteins are much more streaky. I thought I had a knife over here. I guess I put it away. Oh my gosh, I actually put my knife away. It's not even the knife I really need. I need a paring knife. Let's give these all rinse off. you want to be quicker about doing this, you can do all the apples at once. I'm doing them individually and throwing them in with the lemon juice immediately in hopes of getting them coated in a bit of acid to minimize oxidization. Words. I know I'm wonderful at speaking to begin with here, but baking apple. I just realized you got the scramble there. Now I'm wondering, were you laughing at me or were you laughing at the scramble? Because safety, sir. Especially safety when it comes to food. Yeah. Like, I look at food production in, like, Japan compared to the US as just complete difference. We've got, like, one of the #1 sponsors here on Twitch is G Fuel. We got kids peddling powder made in a warehouse with no food standards whatsoever. Ah, a shellfish stew. Or soup. By the way, there was about 101 sweet couscous recipes out there. I thought doing a crisp was maybe a little bit more involved and see if it's a little bit more complicated. So there's a whole bunch of recipes out there if you want to try and use couscous in a sweet manner. There's all sorts of like couscous puddings and like items out there. What else am I going to put with this? We're definitely going to put some brown sugar with that. About a quarter cup of brown sugar with our cup of couscous. Cinnamon. I think I'm just gonna do cinnamon and nutmeg. Oh, we can do a little ginger too. A little powdered ginger. Oh, a little bit of salt in there too. Just a little bit though. small pinch. Hola, Fluffy. I can smell the spices off of that. That's... Ooh, that's something else I should throw a little bit in there. I'm gonna throw a little black pepper in there too. Go with that ginger heat, a little spice in the background. And the bot didn't even ban it. Like, banned completely other words. They're completely innocent. Oh, I used the brandy. No more apple brandy. I was about to grab Grand Marnier until I realized, oh, let's just go with Contra. It's a little bit cheaper for baking. Hey, Hud. So just Cointreau and lemon juice in there right now with our apples. We're gonna need some... I need to see how this is gonna look here in my pan first. I think we'll be okay. Be almost a single layer, but we'll be okay. What's the new game, Fluffy? You seem to get addicted to a new game like every day. You're like the epitome of a variety streamer. Another small pinch of salt. Small. I mean, the amount of salt versus the amount of sugar there. So we got apples with a bunch of sugar, some acid, a little bit of alcohol. We have couscous with some more sugar and a bunch of seasoning. We're gonna give this a nice solid coat over the top. All right. Turn the oven on. Maybe should have had that on already. Let's see if I can cover this pan in a single sheet. So what I'm going to do first is start this covered like this. And start it covered like that. Throw that into the oven like that. And then allow that to steam the couscous to begin with. And hopefully we'll have enough steam and liquid generated from all those apples in there breaking down and cooking down from the heat. And after 20 minutes or so, I'm going to take a look at that. Maybe take the lid off, maybe leave the lid on, maybe add some moisture into the party. And then once we get that couscous like cooked through and looking almost like fluffy with the lid on there and all the steam on, then we take it off and allow that top to get a little bit crunchy. You can't switch to, you can't. Alright, while that's getting ready, let's get going with our beef. I maybe should have started the beef first. I didn't change the title again, did I, Fluffy? Though, that's one I think you could accomplish there too, Fluffy. You have the power, Fluffy. You should. You got the sword. No, because I haven't tried most of them. Like, I have a whole separate moderation page that I can go to that I think you have access to if you're on your PC. I don't know if you can or not. I don't know if that's just me or not. I mean, I have the streamer page, but there's also a straight, like, moderation page, too. Heating up the pan here for our beef. For my Humboldt beef. Humboldt. I guess that's 2 counties north. Mendocino is just north of me. So. Now I'm wondering exactly where Humboldt County is. Other than I know it's one of the coastal Northern California counties, and I'm pretty certain that it's north of me. In fact, I'm certain that it's north of me. Heating up all this time, you still not giving me a sizzle? What is this, pan? I can tell you these mushrooms were probably harvested at least 4 days ago. They are not the freshest shiitakes I have ever bought. These ones are from, I forget what their new name is. Their old name used to be Gourmet Growers. But there was 2 gourmet growers in the county of Sonoma, and they got into a legal dispute over the name, and so I forget what their new name is. So these are from in the county. I recognize them, but at the same time, like, they're not a week old, but they're getting up there. These are the same mushrooms that you'll actually find in, primarily the ones that you'll find in Sonoma County's farmers markets. There is one dude that grows some on his own farm they're like completely different products. The reason I say that they're like 2 completely different products is his have a very wild, funky flavor to them that I would not classify as what I would look for when I'm looking for a shiitake. At the same time, there's some good mushrooms. They're good. I just don't want to call them shiitakes, even though they're genetically shiitakes. No, these ones are from the local grocer. There's a couple of places that I can find those locally, but I've mentioned it before, I've got like 5 or 6 grocery stores within like walking distance, within like 5 or 6 miles. Stuff still runs out just the same. We don't have as many of the food scares. Like, you hear about national food scares, and then I go to the national chains, and yeah, things are out, but I go to the local chains, and they're still here. Granted, they cost more, but they're still here. And so I used to. There's one in the county. Or actually, I think there's 2 in the county. Is that one still technically? It's rather in the south, but I used to. I don't anymore. For a while there, my parents were buying me gift cards so I could go in without buying a membership and just go in once every couple of months, sort of a thing where, you know, I don't need to go. I mean, it's single dude. I'm going to be doing bulk shopping once in a blue moon. So that worked out quite well for me, and then I got frustrated with how they were doing that, and I stopped going in there. I really dislike the one that I go to here in Sonoma County. I felt like I was a cow in the place, like it completely a head of cattle that they're, just moving in the right direction. They do have some pretty good, their Kirkland brand does do some pretty good purchasing. They do find some pretty great sourcing for their products. And they do have some pretty good sources as far as, their beef. They have better quality, better grade beef than most grocery stores do. We're going to be cooking this quite a bit longer, so don't worry that they're a little bit pink. We're just getting some nice color on them. Their Kirkland brand wine is a decent bottle. It's been a couple of years since I've tried it, but I don't know if I would trust anyone's olive oil. I just don't trust olive oil. And outside of finding a nice tasty bottle from a artisan producer for using for salads, I don't think it's worth the money. Gonna have the mafia after me for saying things like that. I'm gonna quick get a peel on this turnip or parsnip while that beef is searing. Oh, you think you need more than 20,000 sprinkles, buns? I mean, if we're having sprinkle measuring contests, I want that on. I want the flavor of the shiitake in there. I don't really want the texture so much, so I'm going to chop these up pretty finely. That's a good question. I have no idea how many sprinkles I have. Could be ridiculous, could be none. Because I'm testing stuff with it. Just a couple. You know, I was in the doctor's office today, and the only thing that's really on my mind all day today is how much I want AI for my primary contact to my initial doctor, to my basic coverage doctor. Like, it would catch everything that's said during the visit. It would be able to analyze it without that. The doctor would not have to sit there and try and focus on what the patient is trying to say. I mean, as it is, most of these visits these days are all video stuff. I mean, just putting captions on it. Oopsies, forgot to change the view. I don't know if main cam's gonna work, Fluffy. Have a great one, Hud. Thanks for stopping in. Hopefully everything's been going well for you. So I guess it is working tonight, Fluffy. That was originally designed for when I was doing Stream Raiders and constantly flipping over to the other screen. Do I want to throw them in together? No, we'll keep them separate for right now. So I don't know what I want to do.
That's always fun. I'll let you guess if that was a sarcastic comment or not. What's in April? So I'm going to use the onions that I pickled the other night with tonight's dinner, but I'm going to cook them in with everything else. Might as well save the pickling liquid. Who knows what else I can do with that? I mean, vinegar ain't cheap. Even though that was primarily the cheap vinegar. And just basic white vinegar. I'm going to throw all the spice and all the mustard and everything in there too with the onions. It'll all cook in, it'll all go great with the beef. Yeah, you get the red pepper flake. It's going off my memory and what I see here. We've got some. I know I've got garlic powder in there. I know I've got mustard in there. I know I've got coriander powder in there. I know I've got coriander seed in there, and I mentioned red pepper flake. I mentioned whole mustard seed. But as far as the stew, that's all going to go great. So back over the stove here, we'll start searing all these veggies. Turn the heat back on. I added a little Bailey's to my coffee, but I'm not planning on really drinking tonight, and so I think that's good now. Add a bit more oil to the pan. Let's see, which looks better in this view? Is the light on? The light on's a little bit better, I think. You get the glare though too. And that's even with the fact, chat. Like chat doesn't even realize some of the things I've done. I've replaced these lights since then, but I used to have LED lights in there that I taped up and sprayed and sprayed and sprayed with that like fake snow effect on the outside of the because they were LED. It wasn't going to be that hot, and I did so many. I did so many sprays on it. I was like thick, caked on. Still shows through glares just as much as these. That's interesting, Popo. I don't know if I've seen anyone do it with a torch. I've seen people do it with a specialized metal heating instrument to crack it at the right point, and I've seen people saber bottles. I haven't done it myself. But you can certainly do that with, you can freeze the top of the bottle. Never trust myself to have this thing away. Every single time I go looking for it, I go looking for it on the counter before I expect it to be put away. And hey, if you like vinegar and you really, really need to open your sinuses, give a good whiff to this right now. I'm standing back about 1.5 feet further back than I normally do. I'm like doing full length arm movements there due to the cooking vinegar. What did I mess up? That was some salt. Nah. Zeke's up. You take a good whiff of some hot vinegar, it will definitely open your sinuses. They'll do a heck of a lot more than that scene in Crocodile Dundee. Man, it's been ages since I've seen that movie. I don't know why that popped into my head. A little bit of water in there. And our parsnips. Okay, I think we can throw this in the oven now. I'm gonna give that 25 minutes until I give it a check. And again, the idea there is we're sort of steaming it to hopefully cook that couscous before we take the top off and and dry it out a bit. Actually, not too far off of that whole idea they do for no knead bread, where you're cooking it in a Dutch oven or a sealed container to trap in the steam and like cook the outside of it. What do we got for a poll here? That's good. You got me to fluffy. Huh. I don't even know the answer to that one. I mean, I'm using the fluffy couscous, but I'm not cooking it in a manner where, like, it's not going to be floofed. Adding our beef and any juices they gave up in the pan. If you got some wine, you got some beef stock, go ahead with those. I'm going to add water and a bit of better than bouillon. Oh, does it lock you out of voting, Fluffy? I guess that's a good, I mean, especially if it's one of those ones where people can use points on. This ain't too far off, but I've done, I don't know if I've done pot roast. I've certainly done beef roasts and braised them in a pot. But I think of pot roast, and pot roast is both, at least here in my language, it's both a cut and a, though thinking about it, the cut is probably not very descriptive. It's probably just whatever the butcher decides it to be. Who knows? I wouldn't say it's one of the standardized cuts you could ask a proper butcher from, but it's certainly a cut that I see sold. If he because I'm thinking now back, and I have a horrible memory, but I'm thinking back to college years and when I had to learn all the different ordering numbers for all of the different cuts of beef. When, like, I'm not a butcher, I'm not gonna need to remember this, but anyways, and I'm not really remembering it as one, but like I said, I've certainly seen it sold as one. sort of like the salsa yesterday. You were saying it was salsa verde when, you know. Which, I agree, probably should have been called salsa verde, but that's what it was sold as. And I'm going to add a little bit more moisture to this party, but it's going to cook down to about this level here when we're done. Let's see, can I predict? Can I join the prediction? No, it won't allow me to join either. I guess the other part to the problem with the prediction is, are we talking the couscous in the dessert, or are we talking the couscous that I'm going to cook as a side with the beef? The couscous that I'm going to have as a side of the beef, I think there's a little question that it's going to be fluffy. It is going to be fluffy. Watching how we're doing here on Pirates. I haven't been showing Pirates at all today, but yeah, we got Pirates tonight still going. I took off the overlay too. Drumsticks? To be honest, I don't know the exact proper heat time for that. Like I'll do a thigh and a leg at 400, 425 for 30, 40 minutes.
but the smaller piece that's going to cook quicker, and I don't know if I would want to go 400 with it since it's going to cook quicker. Maybe like 375 for 40 minutes. I'm not sure. I'd look it up. Everything for it. It's a lot of line cooks standard. Yeah, I'm just gonna crank the oven to full. I'm paying attention to it. What does it matter? But then again, line cooks are all about quick, quick. None of the stuff they're doing is going to need to cook through. It's, under 15 minutes at most for anything outside of extreme cases of fine dining. So we just be chilling here for a little bit here while the beef cooks. Hopefully breaks down a little bit. Moisture and time and heat. We got about 13 minutes on our first check of our crumble to see if that's a mess or whether it's going lovely or if I need to add more liquid or... Fun Bun's trying to get me to have to go to the bathroom. Hey Mel, how you been? I always need a break, Fluffy. I wasn't really planning one, though. I mean, if you want the reality, the truth of it is I'd much rather go play video games or watch videos right now. Another hour I'll be hungry, and then I'll be like, darn, what am I going to do for food? That's what would be happening if I didn't have all you lovely folks. Nope. I mean, I barely play Minecraft. I think New World taught me that I don't want to be playing another MMO anymore. I don't know if you can successfully launch a proper large-scale MMO anymore. Like, I don't know if there is going to be a proper replacement for WoW. I never really played WoW to begin with. I mean, I toyed with it. I played around with it right when it came out. As I've said before, it was always the graphics it was all too cartoony for me, and after playing EverQuest, I was put off by the whole... I mean, nowadays it's a lot better. It's on par with, average games, but at the time I just felt like it was way too, they're going to put exclamation marks over the heads of all the quest givers? They're going to tell you how to do the quest. It just goes into your log and tells you how to do it. They added that onto EverQuest towards the end of it too, with the graveyards and all that. But you know, you died and you have to go for a grave run, a corpse run. What? Like, I'm all for the like old school hardcore nature of the original EverQuest stuff, like in Velis, where Velius, the frozen continent, you had the sleepers where, in the original game, if your raid was in sleepers and wiped, good luck getting your stuff back because your key was on the body inside the zone. And so you would have cases where, like, it obviously, they realized after a while and started camping people in order to deal with situations like that. But wow. Compared to, oh, you lost this instance and kicks you out and no real penalty. I've mentioned Pantheon many times in stream before. I have zero trust in it ever actually becoming a full product and ever making it out. It's been in crowdfunding since like 2014 or something ridiculous like that. Like, it's almost a decade now that they've been crowdfunding this game. But everything that they're promising and everything they're saying about this game are things that I would love to see in an MMO. I just have zero promise of it ever, zero thought of it ever happening. Two K's and a Z. And an S, just to, I guess the safety is off on that one. Did everyone die from how bad of a pun that one was?
That was a good one. That was a good dad joke. Debating if I want to add anything else in with this beef. Like, I got some potatoes that I need to use because they're starting to try and sprout. Probably should have thrown those in there, but probably should have thrown those in there a bit earlier. We could throw some Vegemite in there, but nah. We already got beef bouillon in there. Yeah. How we doing in the pirate's world? Changing something with my stream deck here for a moment. Zach Yuziki? Sounds almost Japanese to me. Like, it's almost like Suzuki. Turning the beef down just a touch. And I think I'm gonna move you up here. There, that's a little better. That way you can at least see the stuff bubbling there. let's see how our couscous crumble is looking. Now, this is only 20 minutes in, so yeah, that's a bit drier than I want it to be. So we're going to add some moisture to this party. Over here on the stove. Add a bit of moisture in here. The bowl is still very hot. I don't know, should have been expecting that to be hot? I don't know. We'll give that 20 minutes. Further. Add a bit more water in here too as it cooks down. We want to keep that beef nice and well coated so that it cooks. I don't want to eat shoe leather tonight. And this is certainly one of those things where the beef is going to be tenderer. The longer you cook it, it's going to be tenderer tomorrow. Yeah, there's a lot of that, Cosmic. There's a lot of that. And there's also things like, yeah, there's so much out there that people just don't realize too in the world of security and all that. It's like I've changed health providers this year, my insurance this year. And so I am getting a deluge of new emails from this new insurer. And while health information is secure and confidential and private, your email box sure is not. And so the ads that I have been getting lately are just like, wow. That said, I've banned ads in just about every way and form possible in all of my viewing, short of my cell phone. There's some stuff on the cell phone, the apps, you just can't stop it. But everywhere else, my world is relatively ad-free. Well, hey, they could really use some decent IT. I think they may have some better people in the office nowadays. But when I was there, ooh, they did not know what the heck they were doing whatsoever as far as tech. Let's take 3 college dorms that have been in the system already, are already wired with networking, and then require all that are cinder block buildings. Cinder block dorm rooms, so they're small little rooms with cinder blocks in between them. Let's take this pre-wired building and let's skip the wiring and just do Wi-Fi. Like, that's gonna work in a cinder block building. And we're talking, a couple decades. We're not talking 5G. Or I guess now they're selling 6G stuff in the in-home Wi-Fi. Yeah, it would be harder through walls. Yeah, I wasn't even thinking, but I was more meaning older technology versus. Yeah, that's the whole thing really about 5G is it's just higher frequency and better direction. From my layman knowledge of modern networking. And so instead of being like one place that they're picking up signal for a good portion of a neighborhood, they're having 1 or 2 of them per block now, sort of a thing. And I wish they would actually roll it out instead of lying about it and, taking years in order to get there, because we're going to need that for AI cars. I want AI cars. Granted, the main reason that they need it for AI cars is because, or autonomous vehicles, is so that they could send all the information that they're recording back to them. And I don't mean just the driving info, I mean all of those lovely cameras tracking everyone in this world. I mean, do you really think they care about... You really think that the modern day industry cares about human life? Maybe some of you are familiar with Unsafe at Any Speed. The story about I forget what the car was. But like, car that actually did not have that big of a problem, but became notorious because of news agencies for blowing up. That vehicle, which name that I can't remember, had half as many fatalities caused by fire as the Tesla S does right now. still trying to remember the name of that car. Ford Pinto. I should point out for the amount of, roughly the same amount of production of both cars too. Twice as many fire fatalities. I wasn't even around for it in I think it was in the late 70s, but it was close enough that I heard about it. Need a little more heat going on here. What do we gotta do in this? We gotta kill goblin wolf riders. So we're just barely into the zone here. I think I'm gonna switch over to the pillager. Less targets, more damage. Open the window here a little bit. Get a little fresh air into the house. But going back to the whole, mentioning things or, the things that you watch not necessarily being correlative to what you do in your life or the things that you want to do in work. Like, I very much understand after being in food businesses and having a love for food, mixing the things that you love with business is not necessarily the best plan because the point to business is to make money, not to have fun. is, and that took me completely off track from what I was going to be saying. Going back into tracking, I lost my train of thought there, just completely, just gone. Oh, going back to tracking. Back when I was working farmers markets, just completely random conversation when I was there. Got to talking to someone about Christopher Reeves. Like, nothing in my life has any relation to Superman, Christopher Reeves, the old actor. Wonderful actor for his time, but got to talking to that in a conversation, and microphones picked that up. You know, whether it was my phone in my pocket or someone else's phone in their pocket. And I started getting ads related to Christopher Reeves later that day. Like, I got stuff from Facebook related to Christopher Reeves back when I was using Facebook. I don't use Facebook anymore. I do like that they've put more restrictions on apps as time has gone on here, as far as, you know, we're just going to default it. So, yeah, you're not supposed to have this stuff and you have to ask it for it. You know, it's sort of like the Wild West beginning, is the first apps were like, well, just going to take everything and not say anything at all to you. And first they had to declare what they're doing, and now you have to, like, ask to be able to do it in the first place, which is what they probably should have started with in the first place, but hey. They're after your money, not not your privacy. Maybe should have opened a bottle of wine tonight, but I didn't want to really drink anything tonight at the same time. Like, bottle of wine would have went perfect with this. But honestly, I don't think I have any. I might have one other red bottle, but I don't think I have any red wines other than that Zinfandel in the house right now. Yeah, gosh, yeah, it's like most people don't even really think about the idea that you're walking around with a wallet with like 5 or 6 different cards in it that all have RFID in them. If the store isn't tracking you, some insurance company or some credit company probably is. Who knows what tech they have built into all those credit card scanners? What they have built into the alarm systems at the major retailers. And that was before we had cell phones. I guess I can throw a bay leaf in here too. That was our second timer here. Let's take a look at our crumble. Do we have cooked couscous this time? That's much better than it was before. We're still not there though. I don't think I'm generating enough steam in here. I'm going to pour a bit more water over the top of this. It looks like it absorbed and cooked well wherever I put water. But not like it steamed very well. I maybe should have moistened this a bit before I put it in the pan to begin with. Let's try that. Get that a bit longer. I don't think we're going to worry too much about those apples being overcooked. And I keep adding moisture, so it's not like I'm too worried about anything getting too stuck on the bottom. There's a whole bunch more moisture in the pan with it. Meant to do that. Oh, I just realized I gotta measure this separately. Dope. Didn't finish the quest. Boo. See how we do here with the new island.
New Island. And I need some water in this pan. I'm setting up my couscous for with the stew for when I want to cook that. Making me go through all my water. Yeah, I think you got to the last easy rank there, Buns, the other night. Those last couple of ranks take quite a bit more than the earlier ones. If anyone's interested in what all the ranks are to Twitch chat viewing, they're in the info channel in the Discord. There's a whole bunch of cool info in the information channel. Who would have thunk? The information channel has information. Let's go see what that is. Break down their door on the way. Yeah, there we go. Captain Penguin and a big chest. We can take those.
Actually, I can do that here while we're waiting on this stuff and the game is playing. I can fix my old VOD because it's got the wrong title because I forgot to change the title last time. Ooh, I can even edit this one too, I think. Oh no, can't edit it while I'm still broadcasting, apparently. Sort of a bummer that, it doesn't matter what the majority of the content you did that day, what the title was the majority of that day. If you don't have the title right when you start the stream, your VOD title isn't right either. Oh, hey. Nice reverb there. Replay. That's got to be great with the music. That should be fixed now. Apologize for that, chat. Today is National Peanut Cluster Day. Did everyone go out and get a peanut cluster today? I shouldn't be laughing at that, but my response to that was to remember that there was an RP character who played a very strong feminist female who decided to kill her character today. Getting down to that thick loveliness here again, but I don't know how much more cook time do we need on this beef. Yeah, I can go a little longer. Oops, wrong side. There we go. Back to food and drink. Back to the good food photos. I've scared everyone off of video games. And yeah, I think tonight is the last night. Last time for pirates tonight, folks. I think I'm going to go back to sticking to just food. Why are you so noisy, Drain? Quiet. Told you to be quiet. Oh. You got 6 minutes on that last timer with the couscous. Dessert couscous. I guess we can probably get this going here too. Let's see if I read this right for their way of doing it. Yep. I haven't bought this brand before as far as making couscous. This is a pretty good brand, but I've also done ones out of the plastic containers, and those turn out pretty well. It's essentially pasta, so you don't have to be too picky on who you're buying it from. At least I don't think so. It's one of those products that I don't think you have to worry about getting the high-end one. I mean, you don't want to buy junk, but so over here on the other side we have that water going. Okay, water's to a boil over here. So we'll add our couscous. and butter, a little pinch of salt. A little more salt than that. Give that a little bit of a swirl. Hydrate all of that couscous and give it a cover. Wait for it to come back up to a boil, which it looks like it's pretty close now. We're shooting steam out of the top. Take off the top and take off the flame, and I think we can just let it set. Treating it sort of like rice right now, but yep, just let it sit. However, before that's ready, we're crumble's coming out for a third time here now. So that's looking a bit better. That's looking closer to what I want. Now that's going to go into the oven to get the top. Like, yeah, we're cooked now. The cereals are all cooked. Now I'm just going to try and get a little color on the top of that. It's already got a little bit of color to it from mostly from the apples, to be honest. I assume that's mostly apple juice coloring some of that. So give that another 15 minutes. Maybe should have done 10. Let's risk it. Debating if I want to thicken the gravy on this. I think I do. I think I want to add some starch in there. We'll get a starch cup going. A starch cup. Ooblik. That's looking pretty good right there. Maybe slightly thicker, but I think that's going to be just fine. What the walruses? What the walruses? Yeah, I'm still looking at Stream Pirates even though I'm not putting it in chat. Let me see if I can fix that in chat while I'm here too. Overlays. Is that an overlays? Logo animation. That flashing has been driving me nuts with the logo. Let's see if reversing them in order is going to fix that. Logo static. Logo animated. We want that logo at static. Yeah, there we go. Logo animated. We want that to be logo static. Yeah, let's try that. Let's see if that logo still flickers every time it activates now. Well, actually, it needs to go through its thing first. But give it 4 or 5. If it's still blinking, point it out to me, please. I'm going to be looking for it anyways, but... Excuse me. Speaking of Bluetooth headphones, this bad boy ain't doing too bad tonight. I still am on the train that, yeah, that's another thing I gotta replace now, because the earbud is getting quieter and quieter. I have a script running that swaps between a static logo, which is what's showing right now on the screen, and the animated one. Otherwise, the animated one would just sit there and bounce constantly, which I think that would be annoying. I think it's sort of cute to bounce every once in a while. And I didn't see it flash that time. Of course, the captions were half covering at that time. Sits there and stares at logo. Or stands there and stares at logo. It flashed. Damn it. Bouncy bunnies. Actually, those might be kitties. Oh, they're dogs. And then it worked nicely that time. So I fixed it half the time. Awesome, now we have an intermittent issue. I thickened that sauce up nicely, and I need to cook this a little bit longer. Well, there isn't a whole lot of show here, but I do try and go for the innuendo. I need a cooking chair? No, I need a chair in general, though. No, I don't need to sit and rest. I need to get up off of my butt a lot more than I do already, so every little bit here just Let's see, is the regular couscous fluffy? What do we think, chat? Did I make some fluffy couscous? Where'd the butter go? What happened to my butter? It's like shredded cake. Do they sell cake crumbs? I would think cake crumbs probably go stale So quick. I mean, I know bakeries make cake crumbs and use them. But do they sell them? I don't think I've seen them in stores. Last minute idea here. I'm going to add a little onion powder here. Just onion powder. Oh, I lied. I'm going to add a little salt too. That'll work. That'll do it. What did I do with the lid? That'll do it. Ooh, that's tasty. I like the onion in that. Onion powder worked in that chop. It's looking yummy. Yummy. I think we can pull that out, yeah. It's not really browned, but I like that it's feeling a little toasty on top, so I'm going to pull that out. There's our dessert, chat, before I break into that and turn it into a servable portion. Making me really wish that I had some ice cream. Making me really wish that I had some ice cream, chat. Pull that off to the side here for a moment. So those of you in chat, if you're awake, I'd love to hear what people think about the view on my main cam tonight between last night and this. We've certainly got a brighter view here. We've got these back on so they're fluttering a bit, but not as warm of a view to it as last night, much more of a whiter look to it. we're not getting the flutter from the lights, which is the main thing for me that's making this better, and the main reason I went with this, although I want the more warm look to the video and the homey, you know, almost candlelight, but still bright enough to see everything. I'd much rather a proper picture in the first place, though, too. Let's see what this scoop's like. Let's see what this scoop's like. It's looking rather light and fluffy to me, folks. Yeah, I want some ice cream now. I don't have any ice cream, but I want ice cream now. Also wouldn't mind a little whipped cream, maybe. You could put some cheese in this. You could treat this like apple pie. I mean, it's a crumble. You can do the same thing for a crumble, too. I am not going to. But I think it would probably be pretty tasty, especially if you're already a fan of apple pie and cheddar cheese. So we got that going for us here. Next up, we have beef. 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 I'm going to start off with some of our couscous with the butter and the onion and salt. Relatively simple otherwise. I mean, relatively simple dish. I mean, that was a cup. So, I mean, it's pretty good yield, too. Oh, I guess I don't need that zoomed for this. It is something that you do want to make fresh. This couscous does not age nearly as well as many other products, many other side dishes, many other starches. It's going to age like pasta, which I'm sure many are familiar. I mean, you can throw it in your refrigerator. It ain't nearly as good the next time. Short of maybe like pasta salad. The pasta itself ain't any better. Little freeze-dried parsley. Not in love with some of these stem-like pieces in here, so I'm pulling them out. Rest of that's fine. And I also eat this differently than I do most other starches. This is one of those starches that I typically just mash it into whatever, like, if I'm doing like mashed potatoes or a lot of other dishes, I'll not mind about things getting mixed together, but I won't like go out on my way to mix them together. This is just getting all mixed together. This is just all just like that. You can maybe add some Parmesan over the top of that. There's some other things you can do to pretty that up. Chives or thyme, or maybe a sprig of rosemary on the outside of the pan or the edge of the plate. But I think that's going to be dinner for tonight. I still have chicken wings to cook, so hopefully I will be doing that tomorrow night. I think that is the plan for tomorrow night, although I'm going to do that over on Kick, if I do. Definitely due to do some more Minecraft stuff here soon. Don't know if that's happening tonight though, but definitely sometime soon. I will be back here on Friday. We're going to be doing jerk chicken on Friday. Going to be starting a week of Caribbean foods. Will Poker giving us the theme for the next week. And so we'll start off with jerk chicken and see what else we'll do. I think I've got pepper pot on the menu. I forget what all else I've got coming up here soon. I hope to see all your lovely faces back here once again. And I hope you all have a lovely night. Good night.